I'm standing here next to the Team Associated pits with the current and four-wheel drive world champion. He's won 3 of these in the last few years, and I put it together in the last round, grabbing the round 4 TQ. Tell us how it went.
Yeah, it went really good. I made a few adjustments throughout the day and found a good one for that last round, so stoked about that.
We've heard from a lot of the drivers. It seems like just kind of chasing the setup all day long just to make the car easier to drive because of all the grip and the fact that you're really just pushing so hard for 5 minutes.
Yeah, funny start, I've had so far is like everything's been great. I can't really complain about my car, and I've just wanted to make it a little bit quicker every run, and finally stumbled on something that was for me, and I was able to drive it, and I was able to, pull off a TQ run, so.
And a lot of the drivers that we've seen going fast today, Jorn Newman TQing the first 2 rounds. Ty Tessman won the Nationals this year at this track. He TQ'd the 3rd one. But it seems like even the drivers that put it down a good run, it's still not like that person's being dominant. Every round's been really close.
Yeah, I mean everybody was close in 2-wheel, and everyone's speed is real close. And the track's not too technical, but it's just super fast. So if you're just hitting your marks, you're going to be running up there in the front, and it's going to be close like it was 1/10 of a second, and that's just how it is when all the fast guys are together.
You ran quite a bit of on-road about 10 years ago. I'm sure not much lately, but it looks like the drivers that have a little bit of on-road experience at some point are able to carry more speed through some of these flatter sections of the track.
Yeah, the last time I ran a touring car, I think it was about 3 or 4 months ago. So, yeah, I got to just kind of work on my driving a little bit here and there just to set up for the corners, but really it's just doing my own thing, and still there's a lot of jumping and just setting up for the corners, but there's a few sections that are a little bit more on-road friendly, and I've seemed to adapt to them rather well the last few rounds, so I'm happy with it.
You had a few problems in the timed round last night. Didn't end up in the A heat today. Do you think that's been a benefit, not having to drive with other drivers that are trying to run for that TQ pace?
Yeah, I mean, I've had 10 good rounds yesterday, and I had 1 bad run, and of course they count the one that I have bad, and at the end of the day, it's whatever it is. I had to do it in 2-wheel, and I had times that put me in the A qualifier, so I don't really know necessarily how are they sorting these things out, but there's fast guys in our heats, and that's definitely pushing us, and it's not really a disadvantage.
Do you think that it's tough then not knowing the pace that the other drivers are running because you're running before they do?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit, but now after a few rounds, you definitely know the pace, and you know how fast you need to push it. That's definitely helped me out the last 2 rounds, I would say. The first round, you just don't know. In the second round, you really are getting the feel of it, and so the 3rd and 4th round, we're definitely on pace.
Are you planning more changes for your car going into this last round tonight now that the track's cooled down so much?
I'm just going to drive my car the same way I drove it, and just leave it pretty much from here on out, I believe. So it's pretty dialed in right now, and it's working with me so far. So.
Amy and Hobbies built the Silver Dollar RC Raceway on the fairgrounds here in Chico. We can hear the sprint cars in the background. I'm sure it'll come over in the audio of the video. We got bleachers in the background that have more fans in the stands than almost any race we've seen in the U.S. We had a food truck convention over in the parking lot over here. We had a bounce house for the kids. It's got to be kind of nice to see an RC race turn into more of a kind of a city festival this weekend.
Yeah, it's been great for the hobby, just bringing in more people, and I got a lot of my family here that's never really been to a IFMAR race, so they're loving the the spectating of it, and it's great.
Is there more pressure going into a World Championships as the reigning champion? Something that you've had experience doing before?
I haven't really put a whole lot of pressure on myself, just for the fact is, it's never really good to put that much pressure. I put in my time, and I know what I can do, and that's pretty much what I showed up here with. And I just had a few things go wrong the other day in 2-wheel, and I've kind of focused on those and put in that same running together this through qualifying, and going to use that to my advantage, hopefully in the mains.
You had a very fast car in 2-wheel. Just had a couple of things that didn't go your way in the main event that stopped you from repeating as the 2-wheel champion. Does that give you a little extra motivation going into today and tomorrow? Yeah,
I mean, like what I said, I learned a lot, and if I was a little bit more patient, I think I would have been able to get a little bit further than what I ended up. So you live and you learn. So I was just happy I put myself in a position again to, challenge for the win. So as long as I do that, I'm happy with my result. At the end of the day, it wasn't the best result for me, but it's still top 5, and a lot of people would be satisfied with that. So I'm happy with what it ended up, so I'll push a little bit further for 4-hole.
And you've been picking up the pace as you went on today. Grabbed the 4th round. I'm sure there are a few people around the pit area that, talking a little bit of the buzz of here comes the world champ. What are you looking for in this 5th round?
Just kind of duplicate what I've been doing. I thought I put in a really solid run that last round, and I was unsure on how fast the track was because I did do one of my fastest runs. But now that I know what I know, and I'll use that to my advantage of, I won't really necessarily need to push it as much as I did. I made a few little bobbles throughout that run, so there's a little bit of room for improvement.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey. Reminisce back when I used to watch that Thriller over and over.